into your life, my life. That Krishna didn't do. When you read Bhagavad Gita, you don't see Krishna demonstrating how to serve him. He tells us that we manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskaru, that we should always think of him, always worship him, always serve him in devotion. So when Krishna pondered that, he understood that he has to come again. And how he came as Chana avatar. Chana means covered. Other avatars, Nrsimha avatar, couldn't cover Nrsimha avatar. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Nrsimha, Parashuram. You couldn't, they were manifestations of the supremacy, the power, the potency of the Supreme. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes as Chana avatar. And that means covered. He doesn't present himself as God. How does he present himself? As a devotee of God. How does he do that? Well, he is so fascinated by his devotees. Advaita Charya, Srivas Thakur, Haridas Thakur, they were all praying, begging the Lord to come. It was the age of Kali Yuga. Previous ages you had meditation. Right? Satyayuga. Treta Yuga had yajna. Dwapara Yuga had deity worship. But in Kali Yuga, the lifespan is short. The understanding, the spiritual understanding is not deep, if at all. So therefore, the devotees were praying, please come. Kali Yuga is in the beginning throes of its degradation.
We'll put this table now.
And only you, my Lord, only you can save us. So because love is relational, and the devotees were petitioning the Lord with love, what could he do? He could only reciprocate. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, as they surrender unto me, I reciprocate, or I reward accordingly. So when Krishna felt that love coming from his devotees, he knew he had to come. There's also another devotee that totally amazed Krishna. More than any devotee, Srimati Radharani. He could not understand how Radha's love was so intense for him, so attractive. Krishna is called Madan Mohan. Radharani is called Madan Mohan Mohini. Krishna is, they're all attractive, right? Radharani is Madan Mohan Mohini. She's the attractor of the all attractive. Everyone's attracted to Krishna. He's so beautiful. Right? He dances, he plays the flute. He's a far-out dresser. He wears wildflower garlands, flowers in his hair, peacock feather. Who would wear a peacock feather? He dresses so wonderfully, so noticeably, so beautifully, so attractively. But Radharani is the personality, the Ladini Shakti, the pleasure potency that attracts Krishna. So when Krishna went, he was thinking, how is it? This Radha, the force, the power of Radha's love, where does it come from? How I want to experience that. Because her love bewilders me. Her love subjugates me. I want to know about that. And I want to know why Radharani thinks I'm so sweet. Krishna wanted to experience this love, this force of power that Radharani was experiencing. And the degree of happiness knew no bounds. When Radha served Krishna, Krishna became ecstatic. And when Radha saw Krishna's ecstasy increase, her ecstasy increased. And then when Krishna saw her ecstasy increasing, his ecstasy increased. And when Radha saw Krishna's ecstasy increase, this is what was going on. And when Krishna, he wanted to understand that. So Krishna knew that the only way he could understand that is if he adopted the mood of Srimati Radharani. He adopted the mood of Radha and the color of Radha. Golden. That's why he's called the Golden Avatar. He was a very noticeable individual, Lord Chaitanya. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced, you could barely breathe. His arms were so long, it describes him as being 7 cubits tall. And a cubit is from the tip of your finger to your elbow. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is described as 7 cubits tall. So you can imagine. I'm not following my notes. So he came to experience that and to give us practical example how to perform bhakti, how to serve Krishna. Practically. And we needed that guidance. This age of Kali Yuga needed that guidance. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Paritaranaya sadhanam vinashaya chaduskuritam, right? He comes to give his devotees joy, pleasure, comes to defeat the demoniac mentality in Kali Yuga, and he comes to reestablish Dharma. He comes to do that. But he wants to protect. How does he protect? He protects his devotees by annihilating the demoniac mindset. When poison is particularly strong, you need a potent remedy. So he came to protect from the demoniac mentality. And the demoniac mentality doesn't mean external. It does mean external also, but it also means internal. It means our own demoniac tendencies. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Jagai Madhai Leela, when he appeared after Lord Nityananda was attacked by them, and he came with his Sudarshan Chakra, and he was going to kill Jagai and Madhai right on the spot. And Nityananda said, "My dear Lord, if you kill Jagai and Madhai, you have to kill the whole population in Kali Yuga. Because the whole population is possessed of a demoniac mindset." We have those. Did you ever see the devil on the one shoulder and the angel on the other shoulder? And they're both whispering in your ear? That's what it means. It means we have that tendency. We could have that tendency. So to destroy that mindset, to protect us from that mindset, to protect us from the onslaught of Kali Yuga, to protect us from impersonalism. There's 2 types of impersonalism, or Brahman, entering into Brahman. One is what was termed Mayavad philosophy, And the Mayavad philosophy said there is no form. There is no, Krishna was here, but that's just an illusion. Shiva was here, but that's an illusion. Ganesh is here, that's an illusion. They came, but it's all an illusion. Anything that has form is an illusion. So that is called Mayavad. When form is denied and form is considered Maya. But then there's Brahmanandi, which also want to enter into the Brahman aspect of the Supreme, but they know that there is Bhagavan. They do not deny the existence of Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They just have, for some reason or another, preference for entrance, merging into the energy, the Brahman of the Supreme. So to protect us from the Mayavad perspective, which negates relationship, which is the very foundation of bhakti and prema, pure love for the Supreme, it negates that. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. And he protects us from the demon of doubt. What will be our biggest obstacle on our path of devotional service? The demon of doubt. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered the 6 Goswamis to scrutinize the Vedic literatures and bring forth the Siddhanta, the conclusion, the purpose, the goal of the Vedic literatures. And that was to serve Krishna in love and devotion. So that is the only way the demon of doubt. Doubt is eradicated by knowledge. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when you look at who he preached to, Prakashananda Saraswati, right? Scholar, Sanskrit, Mayavad Sanskrit scholar. Sarvabhuma Bhattacharya, scholar. Who is the Digvijay? Huh? Yeah, Keshava. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu focused on eradicating philosophy that would impede devotional service. And then he ordered the 6 Goswamis to scrutinize the Vedic literatures and draw to the surface the conclusion, the Siddhanta. And that was to serve Krishna, to love Krishna, to serve Krishna. So I'm going to move on here and explain Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's unique position. This is, so we're saying the understanding is Krishna in the mood of Radha, he descended to deliver the Yuga Dharma. What is the Yuga Dharma? But what does it mean, Yuga Dharma? To deliver. Yeah, it is the medicine of the age. Because in Kali Yuga, we are not so inclined for spirituality. We're more inclined for sense gratification. So we need a prescription for that serious malady. And the prescription that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought was the Yuga Dharma, the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. At that time, just think of the environment at that time, historically. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was manifest. He appeared 1486 in the area of Navadvip Mayapur in West Bengal, which was a strong point of knowledge, Vedic wisdom. The socio-religious climate, ritualism was rampant, caste stratification, sectarian conflict, intellectual dominance of the impersonal Vedanta. This is the environment. This was the mood. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to unravel that simply by instituting the Yuga Dharma, giving us the means, the mechanism, the system, the discipline by which we can become lovers of Krishna, lovers of God. So he gave us several gifts. First gift was Nam Sankirtan. That was the first and foremost gift he gave us, the Yuga Dharma. This is why we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What can be more powerful than the pure sound vibration? It is the sound incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nama Chintamani Krishnas Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukto Binatvam Nama Namino. The holy name of Krishna is a transcendental touchstone. It is Krishna himself, the embodiment of conscious spiritual ras. It is complete, pure, and eternally liberated because there is no difference between the name and the named. So he gave us himself in sound. That means you can be home and be with Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna. You can be on the train and be with Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna. You can be anywhere at any time and you can be in the right consciousness by chanting this transcendental sound vibration with Krishna. So what bigger gift is that, Lord Chaitanya? Kaler dosha nidhi rajan asti yeko mahanguna. Kirtanad eva krishnasya mukta sangha parambraja. My dear king, although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. So that's gift one. I have a lot more to say about that, but we'll move on. Gift number two. Not only did he introduce Yuga Dharma, he broke open the storehouse of love of God and he distributed the Yuga Dharma. It wasn't that it just appeared and that was it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally distributed this transcendental sound vibration. He chanted, he danced, and people from all castes, all walks of life were attracted, even animals. Even animals. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went through the forest, he was chanting and dancing, and the tigers and the deer and all the animals, when they heard Lord Chaitanya chanting, they danced just like you. Yeah, you know how you dance? All the animals were dancing and they were holding each other. The tiger and the deer were holding each other. That was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. And everywhere that he went, whether it was the Brahmins, the Sudras, the Chandalas, the Malechas, it didn't matter. If their heart was open, he would instill them with the holy name. The Namacharya was a Mohammedan, Haridas Thakur. This was not by accident. It was to demonstrate that anyone from anywhere, from any caste, from any position in society, if they took to the chanting of the holy name, their hearts would become pure and they would develop prema, Krishna prema. So the second gift that he gave, he distributed prema freely, willingly, lovingly. And prema is beyond moksha. Prior traditions like karma yoga, jnana yoga, and yoga emphasized moksha. But moksha is very selfish. Moksha means you liberate yourself. Forget about everybody else. But when one is touched with prema, you experience a level of compassion that knows no bounds. And what does that mean? It means when you see someone suffering, empathy. What does empathy mean? You see someone suffering, you feel that suffering. And if you're in contact with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the chanting and the dancing, you have the ability, the compassion to feel the suffering of others and have the ability to understand the realization that if I give them this Krishna Nam, if they willingly take it, their suffering will end. That degree of empathy is so profound. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates gave lovingly. That was gift number 2. Gift number 3, the revelation of Radha and her mood, her ecstatic mood of love. Radha wasn't known so much until Madhavendra Puri, and he was experiencing this Radha Bhav. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained it and experienced it and demonstrated it, and in the teachings and the philosophy that he gave to Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, and Ramananda Roy, thank you, he explained Radha Bhav. So that was one of the inner reasons that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, to taste Radha's love, to understand Krishna's sweetness, and to distribute that love. That was gift number 3. Gift number 4, a very profound philosophical understanding. It's called Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. What is Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva? Simultaneously one and different. If we can understand, if we can wrap our mind, our intellect around that concept of being simultaneously one and different with the Supreme Lord, means qualitatively the soul, the jiva, the atma, qualitatively is Sat Chit Ananda, eternity, knowledge, and bliss. That's what we are. But quantitatively, we are finite. So we are one with the Supreme, but we are not. That's Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. And that was kind of the icing on the cake. Shankaracharya came and explained Brahman, impersonal realization. Ramanujacharya came and explained there is a soul, and that soul has a relationship with the Supreme. Madhvacharya came and he expounded upon that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the icing on the cake. That we are simultaneously one and different with the Supreme. We are Satchidananda, eternity, knowledge, and bliss in finite feature. That's the jiva. That was the 4th gift that he gave us. And the 5th gift, spiritual egalitarianism. Egalitarianism means that all people are equal and deserve equal rights and opportunities. We hear that a lot nowadays, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, over 500 years ago, he allowed anyone and everyone into the kirtan. The kirtan was open to everyone. Doesn't matter, didn't matter. So that spiritual egalitarianism, that we are all the same, all equal, because we are all parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. We are all his servants. That is where unity can be understood and realized. There are so many attempts at trying to unify humanity. It's not possible. We see with religion, it's my way or the highway. Right? That will never attract humanity. Because that's not the essence of religion. Real religion means develop your love for God. That is our true unifying factor. As lovers of God, as servants of God, and coming together like this in unity. Look around the room. We have people from everywhere, just in this small little gathering. Central Asia, India, America, Trinidad, Amen. Mauritius. Anybody else? Call out. Just in this little room, we have different. This is spiritual egalitarianism. This is the equality, the unity that we can experience. I love, in the Back to Godhead magazine some years ago, there was a great illustration. And what it was a rabbi, imam, a priest, people of all colors. They were all in the kirtan. They were all chanting together. And I tell you, I've had that experience in New York City at Union Square Park. I've seen Muslims and Jewish people, dressed in their garb, come and chant Hare Krishna. That is unity. That is the unification factor. We don't care for skin color. We don't care for ethnicity. What we care for is loving, becoming lovers of the Supreme Lord, together, in unity, in congregation. So I'll stop here. Thank you very much. I hope I gave you a little insight into the glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the effects of his appearance and teachings. And thank you very much. Hare Krishna.